Remember how we used to search for things? It
Yeah.
was, well, it was rigid.
Yeah, very robotic.
You'd pull out your phone, you type pizza or mechanic, and you were basically just matching stickers. You put in a word, the machine gave you a list with that word.
Mm-hmm.
But that era is ending. I mean, fast. Now, you can pick up your phone and say, I need a romantic date spot with vegan pasta that isn't too loud.
And the crazy thing is, it understands vibe.
It actually understands what romantic means. It's wild.
It's a shift from just matching text to, understanding reality.
Yeah.
And for the businesses relying on those searches, it's absolutely terrifying if they aren't prepared for it.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are unpacking a source titled Monetizing Gemini AI, the Google Maps Business Strategy. And look, I know business strategy can sound a little dry.
A little, yeah.
But this isn't just another tech update. This is about a fundamental shift in how we interact with the physical world. For local shops, this is about survival.
It really is. Most people open Google Maps and just see it as a tool to get from point A to point B. But for a business owner, a cafe, a gym, a plumber, it is their lifeline.
It's their front door.
Exactly. And there's a massive change happening right now with Gemini AI getting integrated into Maps. Most businesses are completely missing it. They're still operating like it's 2015.
But the opportunity is there.
Oh, it's huge. For the people who get it, there's a massive opportunity to build a business just by fixing this one problem for them.
So we have a clear roadmap for today. We're going to break down this technical shift, something the source calls grounding.
Right.
Then we'll look at the invisible business problem, which sounds pretty ominous. And finally, we'll get into the toolkit, how you can actually optimize for this AI and the specific model for pitching this to clients.
So the mechanics, the problem, and then the solution.
Let's start with the shift itself. So our source describes this move from keywords to conversation. I touched on it, but walk us through what's actually happening under the hood.
Sure. So in the old days, and by old days I mean like a few years ago, search was literal. If you typed cafe and wifey, Google's algorithm was just looking for those text strings.
A robot matching sticker.
Exactly. If the website said wifey, boom, it was a match.
Still enough.
But the new Google Maps update has put Gemini Google's smartest AI brain right inside the map. This allows for these conversational queries. The example the source uses is really good. Imagine asking, find me a quiet cafe with good wifey and oat milk.
Okay. That feels like a very human request, very 2026 request.
It is. And the old system would struggle with a word like quiet. That's subjective, right?
Right. How do you measure that?
Well, Gemini reads reviews, it reads descriptions, it looks at photos, it doesn't just look for the word quiet, it looks for evidence. It reads a review from 6 months ago that says, great place to study, very peaceful. It synthesizes that context. It understands the vibe.
Wow. It's reading between the lines. But the source mentions a specific technical term that makes this work: grounding. Can we slow down and unpack that? Because usually when I hear about AI, I also hear about it hallucinating.
That's the biggest risk. You ask it for a fact, and it just confidently makes something up.
Yeah.
Grounding is Google's fix for that problem inside of Maps. Essentially, they are tethering the AI to the hard data of the real world.
So it can't just dream up a coffee shop.
Precisely. It connects Gemini's reasoning brain to the real addresses, the real opening hours, the real reviews of 250 million places. It makes sure the AI doesn't recommend a place that doesn't exist, or say a place is open when it's closed. It's a reality check.
You know, when you stop and think about the scale of that,
Yeah.
250 million places. And the AI is instantly cross-referencing a query about vegan pasta against all that data to make sure it's not lying to you.
Whoa.
That is, honestly, it's kind of staggering.
It's an engineering marvel.
Yep.
It's assessing the vibe based on evidence, not just keywords.
So, to put a fine point on it, the AI isn't just matching words anymore. It's interpreting reality.
That's the perfect way to put it. It's assessing reality based on the data businesses leave behind.
Which brings us to the scary part for the business owners. The source calls this the invisible business problem.
This is where the rubber meets the road. Most businesses have what the source calls dumb profiles.
Dumb profiles. I like that. What does that look like?
Think of a local gym. Their Google profile probably lists the name, address, and maybe a description that says, we are a gym, we have weights.
Bare minimum.
Right. And before, that was fine. You search gym, they show up. But now, imagine a user asks Gemini, find me a beginner-friendly gym with yoga classes after 6 p.m.
Okay, that's a very specific conversational request.
And it's how people actually talk now. So Gemini looks at that dumb profile. Does it say beginner-friendly? No. Does it mention yoga classes after 6 p.m.? No.
And the AI is grounded in facts, so it can't guess.
It can't verify those things, so what does it do?
I assume it just skips them.
It skips them. The business becomes invisible. Because the profile wasn't optimized to answer those questions, the AI treats the answers as unknown and moves on.
That is brutal. So you could have the best yoga class in town at 7 p.m., but if your profile just says, "We have weights," you don't exist for that user.
Exactly. Now contrast that with the detailed winner. This is the optimized profile. It says, perfect for beginners. We offer relaxing yoga classes every weekday evening at 7 p.m.
So the AI runs its check.
Hmm.
Beginner friendly. Yep. Yoga.
Wow.
Yep. Time. Yes.
And boom, that gym gets the recommendation. It's like the AI is picking winners and losers based entirely on who gives it the best data to work with.
So vague marketing copy isn't just bad style anymore. It's literally costing businesses customers.
Yes. If you don't answer the specific questions in your profile, you don't exist to the search.
That seems like a huge vulnerability, but also a huge opportunity if you know how to fix it.
Which is exactly what this deep dive is all about.
Right. So let's talk tools. The source gets into APIs in Google AI Studio. And I have to admit, when I see API, my brain usually shuts down a little bit. I feel like I need a computer science degree.
You really don't, and the source makes a great analogy. Think of the API as a waiter in a restaurant.
Okay, I'm listening.
You're the customer or the developer. The kitchen is Google's massive database. The API is just the waiter. You tell the waiter what you want, bring me info on dentists in Chicago. And the waiter goes to the kitchen, gets it, and brings it back.
You don't need to know how to cook.
You just need to know how to order.
That makes it feel much more approachable. And the source mentions Google AI Studio as a place to practice ordering.
Yep, it's a free playground. You can go in there right now and test prompts. You can literally type, search for dentists in Seattle and tell me which ones have the best reviews for handling scared patients.
Scared patients. That's such a human filter.
It is, and the AI will read the reviews and give you an answer. This lets you find these hidden insights. But the source takes it a step further. It talks about building assistants.
This was the chatbot part.
Right. Because here's the other problem businesses face. The phone rings constantly. Are you open? Do you have parking?
The same questions 100 times a day.
Exactly. So the opportunity is to build an AI chatbot for their website. But, and this is critical, you don't use a generic AI like standard ChatGPT for this.
Why not?
Because of that hallucination problem. A generic bot might guess. It might say, oh, yes, they have a huge parking lot just to be helpful when they only have street parking.
And then the customer shows up, gets mad, and leaves.
Exactly. But a chatbot connected to the Maps update using that API waiter pulls real, verified info. It becomes an honest assistant. It only answers with what is actually in the grounded data.
I have to say, even with the waiter analogy, the idea of setting up an API connection, it still sounds kind of heavy. I mean, I can write a script, but connecting databases.
I get that. I really do. But the source emphasizes these no-code tools. Platforms like Zapier or VoiceFlow. It's really like playing with Lego blocks. You grab a block that says Google Maps, you grab one that says Chatbot, and you just snap them together.
You're connecting pipes, not writing code.
You got it.
So is this something you can actually sell to a normal shop owner? Will the guy running the pizza place get it?
He will when you tell him it stops his phone from ringing with the same quarrel about gluten-free crust during the lunch rush.
That's the selling point. It saves them time.
Time and accuracy.
Okay, so we have the tools. Now let's talk about the actual work. Optimization. Section 4 of the source gets into the nitty-gritty of rewriting profiles.
This is the low-hanging fruit. This is the $500 service you can sell tomorrow.
The source gives a great example of Joe's Pizza. The bad version is just best pizza in town, which honestly is what 90% of places say.
It's lazy. And the AI hates it because there's no data there. Best is an opinion, not a fact.
So how do we optimize Joe's?
You load it up with what the source calls hooks. Like, Joe's Pizza specializes in thin crust NY-style pizza. We're a family-friendly spot with large booths. We offer gluten-free crust options, and we're open until 11 p.m.
Okay, I see the difference immediately.
Look at all those hooks. Thin crust, family-friendly, large booths, gluten-free, 11 p.m. Now, when someone asks Gemini, where can I take my kids for late-night pizza with gluten-free options? Joe's is the only answer.
You're giving the AI all these handles to grab onto.
Exactly, and it applies to service menus too. Don't just list oil change. List express oil change, 15 minutes with fluid top off. Give the AI context.
Now this leads into reviews, and this part really surprised me. The source says the way we think about reviews is totally outdated.
Completely. We all thought a 5-star rating was the gold standard. But a 5-star review with no text? To Gemini, that's weak. It's almost useless.
Because there's no semantic data, no information.
Right. The AI reads reviews to learn facts. So the strategy now is to coach your clients to ask for specifics.
How does that conversation even go?
Instead of saying, please review us, you teach them to say, hey, could you please mention the outdoor seating or the tiramisu in your review?
Oh, that's clever. You're prompting the customer.
And when the customer writes, the outdoor seating was lovely and the tiramisu was great, the AI learns 2 new facts. This place has outdoor seating and the tiramisu is good.
So we are basically training the customers to write code for the AI.
In a way, yeah. Specific words in reviews become data points the AI treats as facts. It's a feedback loop that makes the business more and more visible.
That's fascinating. It turns your customer base into a marketing team.
Or a data entry team, really.
So we understand the tech, we understand the optimization. Let's talk about the business model. How do we turn this knowledge into money? The source outlines a pitch strategy using a front door analogy.
This is crucial. You can't walk into a bakery and start talking about APIs and large language models.
Their eyes will just glaze over.
Yeah, totally. The front door pitch is, hi, I noticed something. People are now asking their phones questions like, where's a quiet coffee shop? And because your profile doesn't answer that, the AI is effectively locking your front door. It's sending people to your competitor.
That hits a nerve. The AI is skipping you.
It creates immediate urgency. And then you back it up with a competitive audit.
This is the competitor check from Section B.
Right. You run a report. You ask Gemini to compare the client to their biggest rival. The AI might come back and say, your competitor mentions 204/7 availability clearly, and you don't.
And you put that on a PDF and just slide it across the table.
You are losing customers because you didn't write 24/7. I can fix that for you. It's an easy yes.
And then you move them up the offer ladder.
Exactly. You start with a free audit, maybe a quick video. Then you sell the fix, the $500 rewrite of their description and services, and then the holy grail, the monthly retainer.
This is the part I wanted to ask about. The source mentions charging like $300 a month. Why would a plumber pay a monthly fee for this? Once the description is written, isn't it? Done.
That's a common misconception. The AI favors businesses that look alive. It wants to see recent activity. If a business hasn't replied to a review in 6 months, the AI might downgrade its relevance.
Ah, okay. It's a signal of life.
The monthly fee is for activity management. You're replying to reviews, posting updates, uploading new photos. You're signaling to Gemini that this business is open, active, and reliable.
So you're paying to stay active.
Yeah.
Because the owner is too busy fixing pipes to reply to a review about a water heater.
Exactly. It's an insurance policy against becoming invisible again.
The source also lists specific industries to target. Restaurants, of course, but also trades, dentists, and gyms.
These are all high-intent, high-trust categories. I mean, think about dentists. People are terrified of dentists.
I am, yeah.
Right. So people are searching for gentle dentists near me or dentists for anxiety. If you optimize a dentist's profile for the words gentle and anxiety-free, that is a goldmine.
You're capturing the most motivated customers.
It really highlights that this isn't just about keywords. It's about the psychology behind the search.
It's about answering the human need. Okay, we're back. We've covered a lot of ground, pun intended. Let's try to distill this. What is the big idea here?
The big idea is that the world of local search has fundamentally shifted. It's moved from keyword stuffing, pizza, 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 to context and conversation.
And Gemini is the new gatekeeper.
It is. And the opportunity lies in the fact that 99% of agencies are still doing it the old way. They're still buying backlinks and stuffing keywords. The big idea is that you can be the translator.
You help businesses speak the language of the AI.
That's it.
So it's about grounding, making sure the facts are there. It's about specificity, rewriting profiles to have those hooks. And it's about reviews, getting that descriptive fuel for the engine.
You get those 3 things right, you don't just improve a listing, you could actually change the trajectory of a business.
So for everyone listening who is thinking, this sounds cool, but what do I do right now? The source gives a very specific call to action.
It does. And I love this plan because it requires 0 money to start.
Go to Google AI Studio.
Yes. Go to Google AI Studio, play with the map tools, but then pick a favorite local spot. Maybe it's that cafe you go to every morning.
And look at their profile with fresh eyes.
Audit them. Find 3 things they're missing. Do they
Fair.
mention they have oat milk? Do they mention the Wi-Fi speed? Is the menu updated? Write those 3 things down.
I'm in.
Walk in, buy a coffee,
Yeah.
and just tell the owner, hey, I noticed people are asking for oat milk on maps and you're missing out. I can fix that for you for free.
Do it for free.
Get your first case study, prove it works. Once you have that result, you can walk into the shop next door and charge them full price.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's low risk, high reward.
It's the best way to learn.
You know, the source ends with a thought that really stuck with me. It says we aren't selling magic. We are fixing invisible businesses.
It's a powerful thought.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because in the modern economy, if the AI can't see you, if it can't understand your vibe and verify your facts, do you even exist?
For a whole generation of customers, the answer is no.
Something to think about next time you ask your phone for a recommendation. Thanks for diving in with us.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you on the next one.